phone. God damn. I just started YouTube again. So if y'all like YouTube better, y'all can run back over there. We live. Welcome back to our YouTube lovelies. This is part 2. The energy glitched on us, but we back. So I'm going to give us like a second while I sip this tea real quick and I'm going to continue. So we got Handmade, we got Secret Friend, and we have Handout. So with this Secret Friend and this Handout confidence energy that we had picked up on earlier, there is definitely, like I said, something that you have been keeping low key. It does feel like, I don't know, it's just like gifts or your energy that you just been keeping very low, and Spirit's calling for you to share that with this Handout energy. It's time for you to now hand out that of which you want to come back. Okay, Secret Friend, Handout. And also be discerning when it comes to how much of your energy or money or love that you give to different people. Not everybody deserves or is even worthy of 100% of you, or deserves 100% access to something or something like that. So this can be a new opportunity for you to choose, again, how much you share with people or something like that. Leos can be very selfish, but a lot of Leos are Leos aren't selfish. They're more self-centered. But a lot of Leos are very, very, very giving. Leo does represent the heart as well. So you definitely want to make sure that you are not overextending yourself. Okay, and being so ego-driven, waiting for accolades and flowers and things like that, but just leading from the heart. Let's see what Tarot got. Yeah, we back, Lemonade. The energy had glitched on us. CEO, you can send in a love offering, and I'd love to tap in and give you some clarity around your question that you asked. Come on, Naya. I see I'm getting these thorough shuffles tonight. All right, what we got? We got the Queen of Cups in reverse. The Two of Swords in reverse. Wow. So the Two of Swords is literally the crossroads, boom, 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 boom energy that I picked up. And we have the Queen of Cups in reverse as well. And so with this surrender to the Tower energy that we had yesterday, this is also, and even today's message with releasing the anxiety, the Queen of Cups followed by the Two of Swords is definitely a message when it comes to it's time for you to lead more with logic. Lead more with logic and not let your intuition, not let your doubt over like cast a shadow over you and your decision making. Okay, because you think about it, like you're so emotional, you're crying, it's going to blur your vision. It's going to make it, you know, you're going to create this anxiety, this depression. These stories are going to be created out of fear. So you definitely want to release your fears around this leap that you're being called to take. Some of y'all have already taken the leap or made the shift, and now you're just kind of waiting for something to come along. And what's coming along, we have the Ace of Pentacles. Didn't I say your ancestors have it already figured out? Okay. This is your material needs being met. The Aces is the beginning. The Aces represents new beginnings when it comes to the material world, when it comes to finances, when it comes to financial opportunities, new clientele, increased clientele. And a lot of it is going to come from your creativity, from your authentic expression, with all of this yellow that is representing that solar plex Leo energy. Give me one more. Yep, we have the Star, wish fulfillment. So again, I told you, you are in alignment with God's plan, and this is literally what that is. This is what that looks like. So I'm hearing Green Light by John Legend and whoever else it was. Some of you have been waiting for the green light when it comes to maybe applying or putting in a resignation letter. I do see that coming through for a lot of y'all who that resonates with. Like you're going to go ahead and apply for that job or something like that. Or take some leap of faith. Take some leap of faith. Ace of Pentacles in the Star. Damn. I'm so happy for you, man. Your financial situation is taking a major hard turn. A hard turn into alignment. This is so beautiful. We have the Hierophant. We have the Hangman. Bruh. This is as above, so below. I had my feathers on this side at first, and it was like sitting up higher because I had it tucked up here. But I didn't like the way it looked, so I shifted it. And I didn't like the way it just, yeah, it just didn't feel right. And so I shifted it to this side, and all I channeled was as above, so below. And with this Hierophant and the Hangman, this is just confirmation again. I feel like I'm getting kind of repetitive here with the surrender. Surrender to God's plan. We talked about this alignment. We talked about this elevation, this revelation that's happening. So just pay attention to the subtle notes here. But whatever situation that you may just be looking at like you're doomed, it's like, no. Turn it, turn it to the side. Turn it to the side, turn it around, shift it or shift your perspective or something around it. Because this is actually what you prayed for. This is what you prayed for. And some of y'all are going to look back a month from now, a few months from now, and be so glad that you made this decision around this thing. Or you're going to be glad that you made that decision because some of y'all already made it. Some of y'all already made the decision here. And again, like you're just kind of waiting, like, I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting for it to come together or come down. We got the Devil in reverse. I told you something's making a hard turn and that negative energy is being cleared out. That energy is being cleared out. This new moon is going to be inviting in a new way of you approaching certain things. The Devil represents Capricorn energy. We talked about this recently when we had the Capricorn full moon earlier this month when it comes to releasing, thank you, Mystique, releasing that old mindset around the hustle and bustle and you just having to work super, super, super hard. Okay? Your support is coming today. My nieces have been here for about a week or two, about a week and a half. My daughter is always here, right? But today my niece was just being very, very helpful to where she was like, she's 7 years old. She was like helping me up the stairs, opening the door for me. And my daughter wanted to tag along. Now my daughter oh, Mom, I can help you up the stairs. And I'm like, you just want to do that because you see your cousin doing it. Now my daughter's like, Mom, can I rub your feet? And I'm like, sure. You know what I mean? So there was definitely this support. I'm like, I'm 9 months pregnant at this point, and you ain't never shown me this much love, Layla, my daughter. Which she does be loving on me, but she showed out today because my niece showed up, right? And so I'm like, this whole 9 months, you won't doing me like this, and now you want to show so much love. So again, some of y'all like, bruh, the past 9 years, the past 19 years, bitch, the past few whatever, I've been having to do it by myself, and now there's this energy that's supporting you, and it may come from people who was always around you who just wasn't open, but they are being put in position again to be your stepping stool, to be your support in whatever way, shape, or form. So don't reject the help. You may be like, nah, you ain't want to help me then or whatever. And it's like, no, the tables have turned and it's your time to receive. So allow for it to come in. But we do have support here. We do have support. And a lot of it is very genuine. Like my niece, she's a very genuine, sweet girl, So let's see what we got. Somebody's been really anxious. Or just trying to numb themselves. Yeah, because I'm hearing numb. We got the Queen of Wands in reverse, the Four of Wands in reverse. So I also heard drop your weapons, because y'all know when the red and yellow feathers come through, I normally be like fired up. I be in that fiery ass energy, but I feel really chill, right? At least right now anyway. So that's a message too for collective to chill out. That's a message for collective to chill, but also to celebrate something in advance. There's this homecoming energy here. So a lot of y'all are coming back home to who you've always been here. With this Queen of Wands in reverse, this is Leo energy in reverse, but somebody's not confident here. Somebody is scared to get excited or scared to celebrate because you're just like, bitch, I don't know. Is this a setup? Is this a setup here? Will I be able to sustain this? Is this long term? Are they here to stay? Am I here to stay? Or something like that. There could be talks about marriage or spouses or something like that too. Some of y'all may be hearing like kingdom spouse or spousal messages. Like maybe somebody is en route or something like that. Or you've been dating somebody for years and now, you know, you're feeling like this shift in energy, or they're like dropping little notes, or now they want to go ring shopping, or they're asking about certain things, or now they want to move together. Something like that. Somebody may be getting cold feet. Or maybe with this leap, you're operating out of like this space that you used to where you had to do it all by yourself. So you're like, I don't know if I can do this all by myself. And Spirit's like, you're not going to be doing it all by yourself. You're going to have the support here. So you have time to get your feet wet. You have time to grow into this thing for it to multiply and things like that. So just get started. Just get started. I say graffiti. Just get started. We got the Ace of Cups. So you got the Ace of Pentacles. You got the Ace of Cups. This is new love coming in, as I talked about, an abundance of love coming in all of its form. I'm not talking about just romantic relationships. I'm talking about love for your gifts, your thank you, your appreciation, your new relationships, your new clientele that you will be building relationships with. The new upper management that you're going to be building relationships with. We talked about this. You're about to be sitting with the big dogs at the round table discussions. So let it in. Some of y'all are going to be healing some relationships, or kind of coming back to, you know, like reconciling with family members that maybe you disconnected from. Maybe y'all had some differences or something like that, but y'all coming back like y'all never fucking left. This is somebody who's like tight, and maybe y'all just had some disagreements or something. Y'all was like, bitch, I'm going by. And I was like, okay, I'm good now. What's up? That's what I'm getting. We got the Sun, Leo energy, very positive. I told you this is coming with this Leo energy. The Ace of Cups, we have the Leo. This is good news. Give me one more. Thanks. We got the Seven of Wands. The Sun, and we have the Seven of Wands. I'm not sure if somebody's always crossing their arms. But I'm getting like this kind of get out the way. Get out the way. Pretty boy coming through. We got the Three of Pentacles here. That 3 showing up again. I told y'all that 21, and you're not doing it by yourself. Remember the spider that I just told y'all that's sitting right here with us? You still alive? You still alive, baby boo? Yeah. And I just said how you're not doing it all by yourself. And the spider was representing the interconnectedness, right? Something being intricately woven together. You know, this is you, the Most High, your highest self, you, your partner, and God, or you and your crew. Do what you do, you know? But you have this collective energy that is assisting you, like I said, and you are protected, you are covered. But again, some of y'all may just be still kind of just closing yourself in, closing yourself off, blocking your own freedom, your financial freedom, your mental freedom, because if you're still in this trying to figure it all out. And it's like, just take the first step and speak positivity of your life, and be confident again that your gifts is making room for you. So let's close out with a declaration. Let's pull an ancestral card and see what we got. I gotta pull from the OG deck. Hold on. It's only right. Ashe. Mystique said, if this message resonates so far, double tap the screen. Please, not me. Come on, elites. Just give me a few to close out. Give me a few to close out. Blast from the past. This is a test today. So what somebody tested today, was that some overwhelming energy here today? Somebody from the past or something from the past revisited itself. But we have gift the time you are gifted with yourself. Today, blast from the past. This is a test. This is a test. For some of you, your faith is being tested. Enjoy the time you are gifted with yourself. Blast from the past. Crying, major release for your eyes only. I ain't got it. Yeah, like I said, some of y'all like, I just don't have it. I don't have the faith. I don't have the money. I don't have the patience. I just don't have it. I'm running fucking low. But today is a new day. Share the news. Can't wait to meet you. See you again. Okay. Can't wait to see you again. Share the news. So some of you may also be catching up with the old friend. There could be some childhood or past friendships that are going to be coming back to the surface as well. We are going to be sharing like testimonies or just like really catching up. Give me one more. Okay, there we go. We got congrats, you've passed the test. So here we have blast from the past. This is a test. Congrats, you passed the test. Like I said, some of y'all have already done that. And now you're just waiting for maybe something to happen. We have a divorce here. We have leave me the fuck alone. Divorce, leave me the fuck alone. You've earned this. So this is time for you to allow yourself to be supported. Allow for the love to flow in. And you may want to move into this leave me the fuck alone and just separate yourself, isolate yourself, divorce yourself from just people, places, and things, because again, you're tired. But congrats, you passed the test. You've earned this. So this is something that you've been working diligently towards. We have Ogun here clearing the way and protecting you as well. And we have you'll never know what you're capable of unless you go all in. You never know what you're capable of unless you go all in. And we got rest your mind and body. So again, rest assured. Rest assured. All right, so let our declaration be, I gift G-I-F-T, myself permission to rest assured. I gift myself permission to rest assured. I gift myself permission to rest assured. The obstacles have been cleared. The obstacles have been cleared. I want to pull an angel number. I want to pull one angel number and we're going to close out. We done for real. I'm going to move into the personal readings. I gift myself permission to rest assured. I gift myself permission to rest assured. Thank you so much for the gifts over there. I return times a million. Outspoken said, scared because normally when it's too good, it goes left just as fast. Understandable. Hold on. Let's close out with an angel number. Two, three. That's that 5-5. Then we talk about the 5-5 with the Leo new moon because it's going to be peaking at 12:11 p.m. Central Standard or Pacific Standard Time, 3:11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and they both add up to 5, 5, 5, 23, 23, 5, 5, 10 completions. Leo energy, new beginnings. There is some truth you are resistant to accept over and over again until you're tired and restrained beyond depression. It takes a decision to live life for yourself. Life is all about passion. Then you make a change and the world around you follows. So again, what truth is being revealed to you that you're still resisting? Like, what is spirit nudging you? In what direction is spirit nudging you? What is your partner bugging you about? What keeps showing up in your reality that you're just like, no, 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 no. You asking for clarity. You're asking for guidance. You're asking for a way to be paved. You're asking for all of these things. And then when it comes up, now you're thinking, you're talking yourself out of it. Now you're like, well, no, well, maybe. It's like, I just gave you the answer. Spirit's like, I just gave you the answer. I am gifting you the opportunity now. Are you going to take it or nah? Or nah, or nah. So what do you choose? Here you are again at the crossroads. Here you are again at the crossroads. Pivot. Pivot. I know how much energy you have invested. I know how much trust you have in this because you kind of know what to expect with a certain path. But it's time for you to release the baggage. It's time for you to release the old stories. Okay? Your gifts are making room for you. So, our declaration is, we already now said one, but we're going to close out. This is our closeout declaration. I accept the truth that is being revealed. Or, I choose my higher path. I choose my highest path. Whichever one resonates with you most. I choose my highest path. I release resistance around my highest path. Whatever resonates with you. I choose my highest path. I release resistance around my ascension. I release resistance around my evolution. I embrace new opportunities. I embrace the change. Whatever resonates with you. But I'm now going to go ahead and get into our personal readings. So here, K-Box sent in for a love donation. I sent that back. Thank you. And Baby Boo Mystique wants a general. All right. So Mystique wants a general. So I'm going to go ahead and tell her, guys, we ready. Let's go. I got 5 messages unread. These 5s keep showing up. Some of y'all been seeing 555. Ready. Thank you, Muffin. I'm hearing tired of living day to day like everything's all right. It's a called song. It's a call song. It's a song called My Moment by DJ Drama, I believe. I just heard that song for you, Mystique. We got the 5 of fucking wands here. What's this 5 of wands? Ooh, we got the sun. So Mystique, you definitely want to do a lot of fire magic is what I'm getting. Yellow candles intentionally. If you get some yellow candles, order you some off of Amazon or something like that. Order you some off the CrystalineMars.com or something like that. But definitely want to work with your yellow candles. Specifically, I will work a candle every Sunday. Every Sunday, work your red candles on Tuesdays. Red on Tuesdays, orange on Tuesdays. Yellow or green, but more so yellow, or green on Sundays. So it ain't got to be the most, but you definitely want to light a flame with intentions. Whew, we got the 10 of cups. You got 10-10. You got 10-10 because it's 19 adds up to 10. Then you got the 10 of cups here. So this is beautiful. So there's definitely like some full circle moment. There's a lot of love coming through. You might be hanging out with a lot of people too. Yeah, you might be outside, Mystique. You might be outside, Mystique. There could definitely be some opportunities that you run into. That run into you, that you align with here. So if it does arise, like I don't know if they may have something that they hosting in your city, or you just want to go out or something like that, or you get an invitation out, I say yes. I definitely do see you being outside more, and that could be, it does feel like it's more physical, but that could be in different ways. You said I have been outside on an opportunity tip. Ashe. Well, it's more of that coming in. It's more of that. It's all love. Damn. This energy it wants to help you. So this could, yeah, this is definitely like, how can I help you? Woo-wee! So you got the Ace of Cups and you have the Queen of Cups. Damn, you got all the cups. The Ace of Cups and the Queen of Cups, followed by the Ten of Cups. I told you it's more where that came from. It may be a little overwhelming, but not really. Not really. Because you're going to soak it up like a sponge. You're going to soak it up like a sponge, but it's definitely going to be coming through heavy. You're giving very like enchantress, enchanted kind of energy. Like, fuck. Like, did you do a fucking attraction ritual or something, bitch? Damn. Yep, we got the Five of Pentacles in reverse, followed by the World 21. Today is the 21st. We have Five of Pentacles in reverse. Five of Pentacles in reverse. So this is your last day of lack, your last energy. This closeout is here. Give me one more. Wait, 3, 6, 7. Oh, you sent a generous one, so I got more to pull. Ace of Wands. This is nice. So, Spirit does want you to like let go. There could be some things that you want to do, purchase, invest in, or something like that. But you like, but my money, you might be a little like, your money may be getting a little low. You like, hold on, wait, I gotta pump my brakes a little bit. And Spirit's like, do it. Do it. Do it anyway. Break through this money block. Break through this money block. You about to have a lot of visions as well. We got the Temperance. This is fucking beautiful. This is fucking beautiful. This is fucking beautiful. Your patience paid off. Your angels, your guides are definitely going to be communicating. Your dreams are going to be very interesting too. Alligators may be significant. We got the Eight of Cups. Last one. The Queen of Wands in reverse. And at the bottom of that, we got the Queen of Pentacles. You got a lot of queens. You got all the queens, except for the Queen of Swords, which she could stay where she at. Because the Queen of Swords, she be on some other shit. But the Queen of Wands in reverse and the Queen of Pentacles, this is your time to receive. And you're going to be also giving, but it's like, just go ahead and sit back and chill. You may definitely feel like just called to like slow down when it comes to doing. That's why I say even when it comes to the fire magic, heavy on set the intention, like that bitch, let that shit do what it do. Let that shit do what it do. But you got a lot of energy coming through for you. So that's what I got, Mystique. A lot of love. A lot of love. All right, y'all. So as we wait for Brother Lagos to come in, I'll do a free reading. Dennison said, so y'all go ahead and tap in real quick. Dennison said, where can I study angel numbers? Honestly, I recommend starting at numerology. Because them basic 555s, 111s, oh, new beginnings, 555, oh, it's change. Oh, 777, oh, that's abundance. Like, that's so basic, so general, so generic, if that's the appropriate word. I would recommend you starting with studying numerology from the number 1 to the number 9. Okay? Studying what number is associated with what zodiacs, right? Is the number a feminine energy or is the number a masculine energy? Like, all odd numbers are masculines. So your 1s, your 3s, your 5s, those are all masculine energy, and they are all associated with different zodiac signs. Your even numbers are all feminine, same, attached to different zodiac signs. So let's say you see 555, right? When you know what the 5 vibration is, you could take that 5 vibration is connected to Gemini as well as Virgo. So then it is a rabbit hole, because then it's like, okay, well, what is Gemini? rule? What's Gemini ruling planet? What does it have to do? Okay, what does Virgo's energy has to do with? Okay, Virgo has to do with like health and organization and planning and paying attention to detail. Gemini is about, adapting, about creativity, exploring, communication, right? Opening your mind up. Okay, so how do I correlate that? So like, what can I connect with those dots? Okay, but then we got 555. So we got, that's 5, 10, 15. Now we got 15 here. Okay, we got the 1 that's representing the Leo. That has to do with self. That has to do with the soul. That has to do with creativity. That has to do with confidence, initiation. So are there certain conversations that I need to take initiative on? Is it certain concepts, ideas that I need to open myself up to and not be just so isolated in, because one can be very individualistic, right? And then we got the 5. Okay, so we still got that there, but then the 1 plus 5, that adds up to 6. That's Taurus and Libra energy. So now we got love in the mix. We got justice in the mix. We have financial matters in the mix. So okay, are there money conversations, or do I need to seek like some kind of financial mentor, or do I need to have like it's an onion that can be peeled. So I would recommend starting with numerology and astrology, because they all are interconnected, and that can help you get a more expansive energy when it comes to like what the message is for you, and not just basic, oh, things are changing. Shit's always changing. 555. Oh, there could be some challenges. In regards to what? In regards to what? You know what I mean? So that's what I would recommend. Hope that brought some clarity. Thanks for saying that. That's why I asked. Ashay. Baby Boo said, what number is connected with 3? You said I will guess 6. No, it's 3. He's so pretty. He said 3. Look at you. Yup, it's 3. Outspoken said you sent it back, my love donation. No, babe. Are you the one who sent the Cash App on TikTok? I meant on the Cash App on Cash App. Did you send, because I don't, it said for love offering. It said for love donation. That was you. Did you want a reading? When I say I sent it back, I meant like energetically. That's what I meant. But if it was for a reading, that qualifies for 1 yes or no. So let me know. But I was talking about I sent it back energetically. I know I did say that earlier, but that's what I was saying. Peace, Gia. I hear you 100%, Ashay. So, what's the number real quick? You said, how do I get a reading? You can send in a love offering. $10 for 1 yes or no. $15 for a 6-card pull. If you want any cards more than that, send in more and I'll exchange energy accordingly. $20 for 3 yes or no's. What's my number? Okay, so my number is going to be between 300 and 400. Y'all drop your numbers, and whoever get the number, I'll do a free, brief 3-card reading for you. Between 300 and 400. Between 300 and 400. What y'all got? What y'all got? What y'all got? What y'all got? Y'all quiet over there on TikTok. Y'all ain't got nothing. Y'all coming through with the 333s. Between 300 and 400. What y'all got? 333s and 369s. Y'all coming through. Damn, y'all struggling tonight. Zanyo. The Cash App is $JUSSBEYOU 247. Damn. I do not like green eggs and ham, bitch. 300 and 400. Y'all ain't got nothing. God damn, y'all struggling tonight. Y'all struggling tonight. Thank you, King James. Damn. Y'all coming through the 312s. Hey, Grand, that's my grandma. Damn. 300 and 400, y'all. Somebody got it. Come on. TikTok just over there looking. Damn. Bitch. Damn, that's crazy. Y'all done dropped like 90 numbers. We ain't get one yet. Come on. Who gonna get it? Let it be somebody new. Bitch, y'all got me looking at the number like, did I overlook it, bitch? Did I overlook it, bitch? Oh, hell. What do we got in the mail? Whoa, wait. Bitch, I'm about to close the doors on y'all ass, bitch. I have to see y'all next lifetime, next live head ass. All right, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We done. At least with that number anyway. Y'all struggled. Y'all want to know what the number was? Damn, y'all struggle. Y'all normally be on it. Ah. Can you pin the Cash App? I don't know how to type in there. Somebody pin the Cash App. Somebody type in $. JUSS. Can I do, yeah, JUSSBEYOU 247. The number was 359. 359. It was 359. Outspoken, you still in here? I just knew you'd get it. Thank you, Dennison. You did pin it, but I was talking to Lovely on TikTok. Did you get it, Lovely, on TikTok? It was 359, y'all. Y'all struggled like hell. Okay, so let me pick another one. What number we gonna give them? Are you alive? Girl, is you dead? Oh, stop playing. I did little holes. You can breathe, right? What's the number gonna be? Gia. It's $10 for a yes or no. So what's your question? What's your yes or no question? You said the fact I said $3.95. Damn. What you got, Gia? What's your yes or no? And I'm just going to pull the pendulum. And we're going to give you a yes or no. Remember, it was 15 for a 6-card pull. You said I was close. You said elusive number. Interesting. So let's see what we got. What's another one? Y'all sickening. Let me pull one from here. I'm gonna pull an angel number on y'all ass. Don't be trying to look. Don't be trying to look. All right. So the next number is between 250 and 350. Hurry up now, cause if you said I just wanted to read, okay. So you gonna send in an extra 5 or more? Go up and score. 15 will get you 6 cards. Anything more, I'll exchange. Between 250, 350. Hurry up, y'all. Because if Lovely send a love offering, I'm going to do her first. Come on. Somebody gonna get this one. Y'all should definitely get. Let me shut up. I'm not fooling with y'all. You said Dublé has a Jadakiss laugh. Shut up. Come on, y'all. Hey, Lovely. Come on, Gia. Because we about to be transitioning in a minute. Okay, I got you. Gia came through, so I got to close out with Gia. It was 333. Now y'all want to come with the 333s. It's too late, baby. BBB. Nah, Lagai's coming in with the black and red bitch with the elect by 21. Stop playing on me. Okay, come on. I gotta do lovelies. Y'all took too long. Y'all took too long. I'll catch y'all next lifetime. I'll catch y'all next life. Y'all came through with the 333s the first time. So, you wanted a general, I'm assuming? Gia? Gia. What the hell are you on? Okay, we got jury duty. No, you ready, guys? Ooh, wait. Government, King of Wands. Gia, something about to go down right before your eyes. It feel like it got everything to do with you, but nothing to do with you at the same time. We got the Six of Cups, the fatality. Woo, we got depression in reverse. We got wedding. We got jury duty. Did you just break up with somebody or something like that? This does feel like it was somebody from your past. Could be a past friend, past lover. It does feel like it's a masculine energy. We have masculine energy here right now, but it's definitely giving tower moment. Yo, we got the other person. This is the other person. So, yeah. Yeah, there is definitely something that's going to be put in front of you for you to see, for you to hear, for you to witness. Court, it could have to do with some kind of court situation or some legal matters here. Or maybe this is just speaking of like justice being served and on a spiritual aspect. There could also be somebody from your past. It's giving blast from the past. You said yes. Well, like, was that from the other answer? It's some blast from the past energy. Somebody who you really was head over heels with. They may be trying to come back, and I say the fuck no. I say no based off this energy that I'm picking up here. I don't know if they're gonna try to come back with I changed my life. I gotta change a heart head ass. And you can hear them out, but you need to go ahead and I don't see that it is beneficial for you to spin the block or even entertain this energy here. I do feel like there's some decision that's going to be difficult for you to make though, because you had strong feelings about this person or towards this thing, and so it's kind of like, is this an opportunity for me to take it or something like that, or is the grass greener on the other side? Hell no! Don't you get tricked, trickster. Okay, don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. There could be some conversations that are had or some proposals that are made, some dreams that you have in regards to meeting or marriage or starting a new relationship. But there are some things that needs to be like let go when it comes to like this old narrative or some fears or something like that. Because your energy, it does feel, you have very funny energy. Like your energy is like indecisive. So I would recommend that you get clear on what you want. Get clear on what you want. Be honest about what you want. And be open to that. You say, yeah, that's me. Yeah. Because you sending mixed signals or something like that, or it's something that you prayed for, something that you manifested and it's coming in, but you still like, I don't know. It's like, what you want. So I would recommend that you get clear on that. Maybe writing a release letter, being intentional with this Leo new moon when it comes to really connecting with your heart's desires and just writing it down, making it plain. Again, you may even just want to reconsider some things that you said you wanted. You may see like, okay, that's a little unrealistic, or, you know, I'm actually okay with this or something like that. There's some clarity that needs to be had when it comes to what you want, what you expect, what you desire. Okay? Graffiti said, I said 333 the second time. All good though. Yes, you did. I saw you. You said 333 as soon as Lovely sent her love offering in. So that's why I was like, yep, now y'all want to come through with the 333s, but it's too late because now I had to do Lovely's reading who sent in her love offering. So, and Lagos is now here. So I saw y'all 333s, but y'all came in after. I know it's a little delay, but I saw it after Lovely's offerings came through. And I was looking. So I know exactly when it came through. At least on my end. So I mean, y'all only had 20 minutes to get the numbers, so that's what I got for you, Gia. If y'all would like any readings or any spiritual services, feel free to book on the website with myself and or Brother Lagaz, CrystallineMars.com. Again, y'all can also shop your spiritual tools, gems, jewelry. Y'all give this video a thumbs up. Y'all stay with us. We are now going to be transitioning into our spiritual lesson with Brother Lagaz, and I will be in the comments. So thank y'all again for sharing this space. It was definitely a vibe. So let's close out with some red and black hearts. Let's close out with some red and black hearts to bring in this alignment energy with Lagaz. So y'all drop y'all red and black hearts down below in the comments. Who we got? Who we got? Y'all struggled tonight. It's okay though. It's okay though. I shade to the red and black hearts. Hey Taquan, how you doing? What's going on? Taquan in the cut. Okay. Instagram, where y'all hearts at? I don't see y'all. Close this. Hey Earth Angel, you been in the cut too. Y'all been staying low key today. I ain't seen y'all in the building, or did I just overlook y'all? But I don't remember seeing y'all. All right. And YouTube, if we could get the likes up too, if you did not like the live yet, if you could do that, that will help us a ton algorithmically. Peace, Tammy. Hi. Castell or whatever the hell. Machine Gun Kelly. Y'all want to see a dead body? Kind of smelly. What you birthing in your belly? What the hell? What the helly? You said, hey, I just got in here. Oh, okay. Hey. You're a Leo. When your birthday? You said, read me, please. You too late. You can meet us here tomorrow. You can send a love offering in. You can run it back, get the collective reading, or you can book on the website, Brian. CrystallineMars.com. The information is down below in the description box. August 14th. Nice. Well, merry birthday to you. Merry Leo season to you. You said you lit tonight. Ashe. Ashe. So I guess I'll free baby boo. It's a spider I was talking about. Charlotte, you ready to be free? All right. What are you talking about today? Bitch, you wasn't with me shooting in the gym. I see Kobe. Oh. All right, y'all, I'm gone. I'll see y'all in the comments. Peace.
Peace, family.
Yes.
Today's spiritual lesson, we're just looking at the energies of Kobe. Just a quick overview, just showing you how the universe is connected, interconnected.
We talked about interconnectedness. Okay, I'm going.
Different levels and layers and stuff like that, right? So when we look at Kobe, okay, now Kobe was born on August 23rd, 1978. The year of the horse, which makes sense why he is such a extremely hard worker. You know, he's a workhorse, I say. But for some reason, he had a very strong connection to the snake, which is the year before. That'd been 1977. I'm not quite sure why he has such a strong connection to the snake, yet to the black mamba. It might be a connection to Legba. The snake does have actually, the snake has a lot of connections to Legba, because Legba is very similar to, energetically, to like Satan, right? Now you might look at that as her. Well, I'll say, when I say energetically, meaning people look at they depict Legba in a very similar way as they depict Satan, in a sense to be, on the evil or the dark side of things, right? And Satan represents the snake. So then him having such a strong Legba energy, it would make sense. Now, when we look at, there's a lot of interconnectedness between this number 23, the number 24. Right, now he wore the number 24. He actually started off with the number 8. Right, now the number 8, when you think about number 8, the 8 is just 2 threes put together. He happened to be a 3 of clubs and a 3 of spades. Those were his cards, a 3 of clubs and a 3 of spades. 3 in cartomancy represents Legba. Right, Eshu, Legwa. Especially the 3 of clubs, I would say, yeah, and the 3 of spades. 3 of hearts and 3 of diamonds, though they do represent it, it's just that spades and that clubs, they have a closer affinity. Nah, I say they're all pretty even. Nah, I think about it, they're all pretty even. So these are just 2 threes making this 8, right? You think about 2 threes, that's the 33 energy. Now he's also Jack of Clubs. Let this also be known. He's also Jack of Clubs, right? Which is the 11th card in the deck. And then you got 33 plus 11, you got 44. So you see this portal. There was a doorway when he died that opened up that allowed LeBron James to walk through onto the Lakers, right? Where 24 died, passed away, letting in for the 23, who was his favorite player, or the player that he spent the most time imitating, was Michael Jordan, 23, right? He just so happened to be born on the 23rd to go along with that 23, right? Now, when we see, there's a couple other things that are connected. If 8 is really just 2 threes put together, well, 3 plus 3 is 6. And then when you turn 24, 2 plus 4 is 6, right? So we see this 6-6 energy, or that's the balance energy. 6 is Ma'at. Shay. So he was always looking for balance. Balance in his game, balance in his life, right? But he was a doorway. He was a portal. He was used as such. He was a bridge. That 44 energy. He was a bridge. He was actually even. He died in 2020. Right, bridge type of number. It was January 26, 2020. That was the Ace of Diamonds day, 7 of Clubs, and 9 of Hearts, which 9s deal with endings, right? 9s deal with endings. Aces deal with beginnings, beginning of new values or a new direction or new goals or new, that's the most important card. It's the first card when it comes to death card, to the death day. Ace of Diamonds, a rebirth of something new, right? And they brought in a new king. They brought in a new king for the Los Angeles Lakers, right? LeBron James brought the 23. It just so happened that year, 2020, that Kobe passed, I believe it was the world, because I look at the charts of the world as well as the charts for America, and the world charts was on plate 23 that year, and 2020 was on plate 23, right? So him dying as the 24 allowed for the return of the 23, or the coming of the 23 on the 23rd plate, right? Going but I guess LeBron must have came in later that year, I believe. I'm not sure if he's on Lakers yet or not, but that's going from the 23rd year for the world going into the 24th, right? Now the world's chart is based off of the concept of Jesus, because we're in the year 2025, which is based off of the Jesus calendar. So even if you are not Christian, even if you do not subscribe to the Jesus paradigm, and mythos and things of that nature, understand you're still within the Jesus magic, because you're in the year 2025, and that's what the world is going based off of, right? And him having that 33 energy, which is when Jesus died, right at year 33. It only makes sense that Kobe would be that sacrifice, right? That sacrificial type of energy. Ashe. I believe that was all I want to get into into today. Showing you. Oh, actually, the other thing is too. We just so happened. So that was back then. We was in the 23rd plate going into the 24th. Actually, that was the beginning of the 23rd plate. That was the beginning of the 23rd plate. And 2 plus 6, the 26th is when he died, January 26th. 2 plus 6 is 8. So it brought him back to his original jersey number, the 8. But we just so happen to be, America just so happens to be, this year in 2025, it happens to be in its, it just started in July 4th, right? It just went into its 23rd plate. Its 23rd plate, right? So that's just another connection to how this is all just intertwining right now, Ashe. Well, that's just an example of how these things, how the universe works, how the matrix works, and how those who are working along with the matrix do things. Understand that when people die and people make decisions and people go and do certain things, the energies have to be in alignment with the structure of this matrix that we live in, right? All going according to, these plates, these cartomancy cards. It didn't have to be Kobe necessarily, but it had to be somebody with Kobe's energy. It just so happened to be Kobe was the one utilized in this certain way, right? So and in that year, and he had to go through these type of sacrifices and processes, no matter what. It didn't have to be through the NBA though. It didn't have to be through sports necessarily. It just so happened that's the way that it was expressed, and that's the route he chose to go down. And that was also the route that he was chosen for by certain powers that are in Hollywood. Certain powers that are in Hollywood, right? Especially when you're dealing with teams like the Lakers. The Lakers are, LA Lakers are tied closely and very heavily with Hollywood, more so than any other NBA sports team. Ashe. So that is today's spiritual lesson. We'll go into the Q&A. If anybody has any questions, comments, or concerns. Ashe. Peace to everybody on YouTube, TikTok, and all the OGs on IGs. We appreciate all the likes, shares, and subscribes, as well as all the super chats and the cash apps and all those good things. Ashe. Peace to Big Time Ben Bay. Ashe. Peace to Earth Angel. Ashe. Peace to Optimistic Marsh. Peace to Graffiti. Peace to Mystique. Melanin. What a stealth gamer says, you got a cutted or cuted boxer and you're talking about the Matrix. I'm not sure what that means, but I shall. Dante says, what are your thoughts on Jesus? I mean, I have many thoughts on Jesus. So you would have to give me a more specific question about what you mean by what my thoughts are on Jesus. I have a lot of thoughts on Jesus come from a lot of different perspectives and angles, and you know, I can go in many different ways. So if you give me a direction, and then you know, I'll be happy to go down that with you. Shay to Madame Dublé. Let's see, Diane. So I'll say hi in the live chat. Ashe to Diane. Platicus. Ashe. I like that little, is that an emoji or something? What is that? Is that Pepe? Ashe. I'll give y'all a minute or two to decide anything you want to put into the chat. Any questions, comments, or concerns? X-May, can we have a racist war? I mean, you know, well, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, I don't think we'll ever really have well, I don't know what you mean by racist war. It's going to be just purely one race versus another race, you know, I mean. You know, we probably won't have that. I don't really see that going down. But I will say that the different races are always at war with each other. You know, but not only the different races, but also the different cultures. You know, people of the same race, but of different cultures, or different ethnicities, you know. So, you know, war is war, whether it's going to be, it could be two groups that are of a different race, right? But it can also be two groups that are just of a different culture, right? So, you know, war is war. It is what it is. Dante says, what are your opinions on him? Do you think he's God? Basically, any type of thought or perspective you have on him, you know? Well, Jesus is definitely a God. I wouldn't say that Jesus is the God, because we don't come from Jesus. Nor is it even depicted that we come from Jesus, right? So it wouldn't make sense to call Jesus the God. But we can say Jesus is a God, not necessarily because of the story of Jesus or what the Bible says, but because that's what enough people on this planet believe. There's a you know, once a certain threshold, I don't know what that threshold amount is, whatever. Once a certain amount of people, you know, believe, enough people in a concentrated manner believe in the concept of Jesus being, you know, God, then that energy then becomes a God. That God is now born, right? Now, as far as my opinions on the Jesus, well, the living Jesus, the one that was around at those times that Jesus was supposed to be around, that is where it gets tricky. That's where it gets tricky. So many gods, but only one Jesus. Well, Jesus, we can't say that because there wasn't just one person ever named Jesus. Right? There wasn't just one person ever named Jesus or Yeshua or whatever. Right? There wasn't just one person ever named that. That's a these are names that were these names that were not born when when that person was born. That wasn't like the first time like we're gonna name this person's unique name called Jesus or Yeshua. It's like no, these names, these words already existed, and there was again. So to say that there was only one, well, I mean, there's plenty of Jesuses out there, right? So this term of Jesus is not solely only used for one person in existence, right? So we can't necessarily say that. But when it comes to the actual existence of the physical Jesus, well, that's where it gets a little tricky, because there are depictions. I mean, of Jesus just being a man, just like any other man, in real time, in real historical books, right? So that's not me with an opinion, but that's just just historical Greek depictions in Greek Bibles, right? Or the older Bibles of Jesus, just being a regular man, just being a regular man. So there is that concept. So something to think about. FYI, okay, I read that one. Joy Jones, he's the only way to heaven. Well, I don't know if Jesus ever said that, but that is your belief, right? But the Bible was not the first to depict this concept of heaven, right? So that's just something to think about. Graffiti, do you do channel messages from transitioned loved ones? I have before. Well, I do it through the tarot cards, though. I don't do it through the just a straight mental, right? Could I? Yeah. I don't do it. It's not something I tap into very often. So, one, it would be stressful. Two, I don't know how accurate it would be if I did it that way. I'd be more on point if I used the cards, though. And it definitely is way less stressful that way. So the Jesus heads more prominent tonight. Yeah, I shade to the Jesus heads. Don't it's biblical. Well, it is biblical. You can't deny that. Before Jesus, there was no way. I don't think Jesus ever said that either. I don't think Jesus nor God ever said there was no way. Before, I don't think Jesus ever said before me there was no way. I don't remember that being said, but I know I could be mistaken. So Jesus was the Son of God. You know, well, I mean, all men are the son of God, and all women are the daughters of God. So, you know, can't deny that. Can't deny that. Dante says, but the Bible and the eyewitness testimonies of Jesus wrote that he really lived, really died, really rose from the dead, and they wrote what they saw. Yes, there are accounts. There are these eyewitness accounts. But there are these accounts that he was just a man. And that he was a man partaking in some very humane practices. But I don't want to disrespect anyone's depiction of Jesus. So I'm not gonna I don't want to say anything that might offend somebody. But Ashe. Well, if Jesus coming for me too, well then, I'll meet him like everyone else then. So it's nothing to worry about. Dante says over 500 eyewitnesses saw him risen from the dead. Our brother, I don't think you have over 500 written accounts, but I'm sure somebody might have wrote that there was 500 eyewitnesses. Ashe. Right. Well, I'm sure if Jesus, Jesus can talk to me. He knows where he is the Almighty, right? So I don't think he needs regular people to try to convince other regular people. I think he can do it himself. I feel like y'all try a little bit too hard sometimes. Ashe to the thumbs up button. Ashe. It's biblical. Yes, it is biblical. We do understand that. The joy. We do understand that. He's going to visit you. Well, I'm sure, I'm sure he will. I'm sure he will. Yeah. Okay, he died for humanity. Right, that is what the story says. That is what the Bible says, right? Jesus said that he was the only way. Well, there you go. Can't deny that if that's what it says. He is the way. But I do find that a lot of people take clips out of the Bible and they don't read it in its full context. So I may have to check it out myself in its full context to really get the fullest understanding of it, right? I don't know what's on Corinthians 6:19. I'm not not a biblical reader like that. Let's see. What does Matthew say? Matthew says, enter through the narrow gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the road that leads to destruction, and many enter through, but small the gate and narrow the road. I don't know what that means to me, but I say. Every mouth will confess and every hand will click the thumbs up button on this live. Use words, not mine. Ashe. Ashe the graffiti. May think that there's all these different ways to use, but Jesus clearly states that he is the only way. Yeah, well, Jesus stated some other things too. Jesus stated some other things too. And Jesus participated in some things that you probably wouldn't like to know biblically. Have you actually read the Bible? Not in its totality, no. The Bible is the most historically proven book to ever exist. Well, one, the Bible isn't a book, but so that already makes it weird. Your statement's already false. But I get what you're trying to say. It's Dr. Longfish said, you guys are all like salesmen, chill, enjoy the moment, Ashe. I'm doing this out of love. I find a lot of Jesus people who are spreading the Jesusness out of love aren't very loving. One, y'all don't sound very loving. Two, you're going about it the wrong way. The question is, what would Jesus do? Jesus would not go thumping around talking about how great he is. Nor did he want you to tell people about how great he is, right? It's not about, it's about living the way that Jesus lived, right? So it's about being a certain type of person. It's about connecting, to God, right? Talking to God, and I guess you got to say Jesus' name in the process, right? But see, people who are really true Christians or true Jesus followers. I don't want to say Christians because I feel like Christians is a commercialized concept. But true Jesus followers are all about spreading the love itself. They're all about teaching people to be better stewards of themselves and of their family and of their community, right? Life is not about spending. It's not. It's your process. Even as a Christian, is not about constantly talking about Jesus. That's not what Jesus cares about. It's not what Jesus himself cared about. It wasn't about talking about himself. It was about him doing the works. It was, yes, about showing people the light of how to grow closer to God, the capital G. But in between that, he wasn't praying all day. No, he spent a certain amount of time and he prayed. The rest of the time, it was about being a good, effective, powerful, person within your community. And then on the back end, it'd be like, hey, this is who I pray to. Hey, this is who I get the instructions from. And if you pay attention to pastors and to church leaders, that's typically how they do things too. They don't spend a whole lot of time outside of churches talking about, hey, Jesus loves you. Jesus, no, they're like, they sit and listen, and actually they listen to other people, what they have to say. And they try to understand, they try to learn from their perspective about what's going on. And then they find ways, hey, let's work together to make the world a better place. And then on the back end, they're like, hey, by the way, this is how we grow closer to the Almighty. This might have, I don't know, are you looking for a way to get closer? Are you looking for a light? Are you looking for direction? Maybe you already have it, I don't know, but I just want to you may possibly be interested though. Because we're always looking for people who can assist in the battle against, Satan. That's what they would typically say, right? That's love. I can tell the difference between someone who's hiding behind the mask of love, or you're just trying to put love in front to make themselves seem like, no, it's out of love. It's all love. You need Jesus. Oh, it's all love. It's like, I know what love sounds like. I've spoken to enough evangelists and enough Christians and enough. I know what love is. I know what it sounds like. It's not the word itself, love, no. It has a feeling to it. It has a vibe to it. I think Christians would be more effective if you started paying attention to your delivery system instead of trying to throw it and force it upon people and shove it in their face like some sort of weapon or some sort of critique. But that's just my opinion, that's just my perspective. Y'all can do it however y'all want to do it. Shaded Dr. Long Fish. Said it's difficult to have a tone deliverance. It's not about tone. It has nothing to do with tone at all. It's just you're spending so much time trying to see. A lot of so-called Christians will come at me about Jesus, but don't spend a lot of time trying to understand how my relationship is with Jesus. See, if I was wearing a cross, you probably wouldn't ask. You know how many musicians wear crosses and are devilish as hell? You know, you asked my perspectives on Jesus, and I gave you my some surface level perspectives, but I acknowledge Jesus, but because I know you didn't acknowledge him in the way that you wanted me to, see, it's all about having your own, as I've been told many times, it's about developing your own personal relationship with the Most High. I have my own personal relationship with the Most High. It might seem a little more complex or layered than maybe the average person, but it's definitely there. I have my relationship with Jesus. It might not look the same as your relationship, but I do have one. And that's what it's about. It's not about reading the Bible or knowing the Bible verbatim or having all of these different terms or phrases memorized. You know, when you're lost, you're supposed to go to the Bible to help for guidance, right? But the true connection, the true guide is supposed to be through the Spirit itself. And because of my connection to the Most High and all of the Most High's underlings, right? Some may call them angels, right? I'm able to share that light in this way, the way that, God has seemed fit. But most Christians don't want to hear it that way. You want to hear it in only the way that you're used to hearing it. The traditional church way. Which I understand. In that case, if you want to hear it that way, you obviously should go to your church or whatever pastor or preacher or priest you want to hear that from. But otherwise, I think, if you really came out of love, you should just spend more time trying to understand. And if you're going to trying to understand, it would make more sense if you're trying to really just understand an individual, then you should just reach out to the individual person on an individual basis. It's not really, it's not really in that, it's not in as good a faith when you try to do it like in a public type of way, because it just makes it seem like you're trying to shame or discredit whatever that other person is saying. And that's where I say, there's a lack of love feeling when a lot of Christians start to talk their talk. But that's all I'm trying to say. Let's see. Rink says Christ is consciousness, not an actual individual. He is a representative of us when we are at a higher consciousness. Shay. Jesus the human and the spirit of Jesus are not the same being. Shay. If Jesus is Jesus, why is it that he is different in human form? Interesting. Yeah. Well, I mean, that is true, right? Because, Jesus would have to be in a different form before he came to earth, right? He wasn't already in a human, he wasn't always in a human form. That is something to think about. That's why Jesus, Jesus was a baby. He had to become an adult, right? So Jesus was some other form before he came into a baby form, So I get it. That makes sense. Shade to Eddie Spaghetti. Dante. Well, I'm not going to try to battle that 100 human and 100% God. I'm just going to leave that up to you. Let's see. Well, it would be kind of weird to say that Jesus was all knowing. This is something that just came up to my head. To say that Jesus is all knowing, I'm not saying he wasn't all knowing, but just think about it. If he was all knowing, would he need to go to school? Would he need to be taught? Because he was trained, he was taught, he did go to different places in that Middle Eastern area for deep spiritual learning. So, he wasn't born a carpenter, he had to learn. He was a baby, he wasn't born talking, He had to learn how to speak. But you might be able to make the claim that he became all-knowing at some point. Maybe that's what you mean. I don't know. But then again, your name is Dante. I think of Dante's Inferno, so this might be a ruse. You might be working for the other side, Dante. I don't know. Names have power. So confused. I'm sitting back here watching the comments on YouTube like, Shay. We all created from source, says Rank Shay. He said he came down to earth in the form of a dove. Okay, he was a dove before a human, or was it after the human thing? I don't know. Or was he a lamb? It's confusing sometimes. So why you forsaken me? If Jesus is no longer on this plane of existence, he probably can read our minds at that point. Robert Warden, he knows everything, even from the beginning. I didn't see that part. I never saw that part, so you would have to tell me where it says that at. He said he received a different body, says Dr. Longfish, after he died or transitioned. He was unrecognizable by his closest followers. They're interesting. Changed bodies. Bible says he's a lamb of God. Ashe to the lambs. Jesus is quoting. He is fulfilling the prophecy. Okay. He is also asking a question, not just quoting it. Okay. Try reading your Bible to find out. I mean, it's a pretty big amalgamation of books. I'm sorry, I'm just not going to take the time to go through that big of a collection of words to try to possibly find these answers. So are you blades? Possibly. Ozak, Patata. What's on the board? We were talking about Kobe earlier, going through his birth chart, cartomancy stuff, and just just showing the interconnectedness that we're all in. Ashe to Robert Horton. So it looks like we got through all of the biblicals. Peace to Richard Wright for all the roses. So then we'll go ahead and say Ashe, Asante, and Amen. Ime Kamalika, it is done. And we will see you tomorrow, Ashe.